CrossCourt Conversations. We're here with the legend, and then Eddie's just here along for the ride. He's just a husband. He's just a husband of a legend.
That's very true.
We're here with two legends. We have Eddie Moore, Hurricane legend around this area, and then we have Kha, member of Chaos, one of the greatest teams ever in Hmong Volleyball. How are you guys doing, Eddie and Kha?
We're doing good, bro. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah, good.
How are you guys?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Thanks for asking.
Y'all ready to talk some smack about all those dudes that messed you guys up back then?
I can't wait.
We're gonna air your dirty laundry.
Right?
So with that being said, we're just gonna head right into it. We'll start with you, Kha. Who made the biggest impact on you as a player?
Well, unfortunately, I'm looking to the left. So he's one. Yeah, he's one because there's actually two. So there's him and then my sister. So my husband's been, on this journey and everything from, I wouldn't say day one, but since I met him, we met through volleyball. So he's always like, helped me out, every step of the way, and encouragement. And, he did a lot, just being there and stuff. And my sister, on the other hand, my sister Yer, she's our setter for Chaos. So, she's given me the chance, and to believe in myself. So those two are the two, that impacted me the most.
Nice.
Awesome.
Good shout out to Eddie right there, right next to you. What about you, Eddie? Or some of yours?
So Eddie, you're obligated to say your wife now.
I know. I feel like I should, but I'll keep it out of it. I'll keep it out of it. For me, I think it's all the competitors. I think they make the most impact on me because they make me want to be better. So they force me to do whatever I have to take to get to the level that I want to get to. So it's all the competitors. If I lose to someone, next time I won't be able to beat them. So you go home, you train harder, you practice harder, you figure out what you're doing wrong and try to make adjustments. So to me, it's all the competitors, and I know so many competitors out there because I've played for so long. So, but yeah, so I thank all of them for making me the player that I am, because they pushed me to be the best I could be.
So if you guys don't know, Eddie is Joe's, my former teammate, setter. That's his big brother, right, Eddie?
So if you guys watched that one episode when Joe was giving shout outs to Eddie, there he is right there.
So Joe basically called you a jerk growing up. So who was like, talk about, because we were like, hey Joe, talk about your early years, man. He's like, oh yeah, I had this jerk of a brother, Eddie, him. Yeah.
I believe that. I was the jerk for sure.
Can you speak a little bit about?
A lot of people too.
Can you talk a little bit about your come up, like your early years and whatnot?
Sure, definitely. I got introduced to volleyball through my older brother Long, and not just Long by himself, but through Chang, Chang from Appleton, and Pao and Sa and them. They were the first one that introduced me, Gert, Xiong, and all of us into volleyball. So
you guys all came up together, huh?
Yeah,
that same era.
Right.
Wow.
They were a little bit older. They were like a couple years older, but we started playing at Pierce. So
that's where everybody used to live, on that side of town. Everyone just head over there, huh?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
we just walk over there. It's like, good 7-8 blocks, but
What you guys used to do? You guys used to just play, or did you guys like do drills or run, or?
Well, as when we first got introduced to it, we had like 14 players. So we divided into 2 teams, The older guys was one team, me, Ger, Xiong. Sa, I mean, me, grade 8, 10, we're another team, you know, and we started practicing, and then, you know, we played our first tournament in Oshkosh. So it was interesting because, you know, they're like, hey, the net's really high. It's not like the same at Pierce Park, you know. You're not going, your head's not even going to touch the net, you know. I'm like, are you sure? They're like, yeah, dude, just wait and see, you know. So we get to my first tournament in Oshkosh. I'm walking underneath the net, and in my head, I'm touching the bottom of the net, dude. I'm like, holy shit, dude. You're high as hell.
Hey, what did you guys start off with? Like, what was your team name called when you guys first started that team? You remember?
I do not remember.
Okay.
It was so long ago. I started when I was 14 years old. So
did you guys plan it, or was it just like kind of like a random pickup team?
It can't just happen.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Before volleyball, we were playing a lot of football, two-hand touch and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then, you know, we were playing that at Pierce Park, and then one day, you know, the elders, you know, Long and Powell with them, and Sa and Chang, they like, hey, let's try volleyball. Because there's like a volleyball court there, you know, with the two poles. So we gave it a shot, and you know what? We all fell in love with it right away. So, yeah.
And you guys are, you know, Eddie, Gur, and Tang, and Sean, and all you guys are kind of like the pioneers for the town, or the little, the Fox Valley. Because whenever the Fox Valley people speak of volleyball, your guys' name always gets mentioned, man. You guys are kind of like the pioneers, man. So. Well,
that's good. That's good to hear. That's very nice. I'm glad that we you know, we were kind of look up to, you know, and help it get it started, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so that was an honor.
What did you guys go off on? Like, what did you guys watch volleyball, or like who?
Not really. I mean, I don't think I've ever been to a tournament before that. As far as I can remember, you know. We were always hanging out. We were doing things like, you know, we tried basketball for fun, the park, and we always hang out together, you know, the 14, 15 of us or whatever it was, you know, and then, you know, we got tired playing football, so we tried volleyball. And, it just went off from there, so.
Good way to stay out of trouble.
How about your early years? Can you speak a little bit about that?
I started in 7th grade, just learning how to bump serve, and then pretty much for me, my mom was so strict. So the only way how to get out was probably to play sports. So I started playing, and then we went and play ball at the Boys and Girls Club a lot. And one of my friend Casey, she introduced me to volleyball. But on top of that, my brother plays too. So I always went with him to the club and everything. And then we started playing. And then we met all the guys, like her, Casey's brother and the guys. That's like, that's all back then, you know. So we were always playing ball at the club and everything. And there wasn't a lot of girls that came out at that time. It was mainly just me, Casey, and then my Nielo, which that's the very first team we formed, which was High Five, and then Cool Lore that was in Green Bay. So that's how we started and everything.
You guys were some of the pioneers too, like the ladies around here. Some of the pioneers, some of the very first that got it, some of the very first that you said got out of the house and made it okay for the parents to see, okay, my daughter's just going to play volleyball. It'll be okay. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, Kha, you grew up in Green Bay, right?
Yes. Yep. In Green Bay. We came here from Illinois, from Dixon in 1987. So yes. Yep. So we were in Illinois.
You talk about cool. Is that the same setter for Rivals?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Great setter.
I know she's a tomboy. I'm a tomboy, so I know she has amazing hands, you know. And at that time, she could just throw anything, you know. And we were young too, so she's really. I would say, you know, back then she was one of the top setters in Wisconsin until the younger generation, you know, came out and stuff. So yeah.
So well, what did you do for training wise?
Myself?
Yes.
Oh, well, you know, when I was young, I didn't really do much because I was young, and you know, I was skinny back then, so we didn't really do much.
Didn't eat anything.
You know, we just played every day. You know, we played, we ran, we had so much energy. It was like 24/7 almost, volleyball every day, after school, come home, cook, you know, really quick for my parents, and then just went out and play ball. And then, like I said, when we went and played, there wasn't a lot of girls, you know, so we played against the guys.
Okay.
And we basically, when we formed High Five, we play against the guys. Like Hyung, that's all their team. So Lao, they would just spike at us. And that's how I guess that's how me and Casey, we became really good just playing defense, you know, and everything. So there wasn't any weight training, nothing until, I would say until, you know, kind of starting with like Chaos, you know, and everything. Because High Five, I was a lot younger and everything. So, you know, I just pretty much went and played. And basically me and Casey, I mean, that team, we only had 5 players basically. So me and Casey, we mainly just played defense. Every ball we had to get, no matter what. We had to run all the way to the back to get it. Anything we had to save. So
that's how everyone starts off. Okay, so in first,
Yeah,
man, you
man.
gotta earn your way. You have to earn your way.
We learned.
Yeah, those veterans won't even let you sniff the front row, man. They just let you go in the back.
It's different nowadays because I won't call him out, but like we go to Oshkosh and play, and then I know he's a bad passer, so I'll serve him all day, and if he starts shanking, and then he'll be like, hey, why don't you come play back row? And I'll tell him, I was like, hey, why did you just promote yourself? You know what I mean? Like, you promoted yourself to go hit. You're supposed to be passing, bro. You know what I mean?
Right? I know.
Like, that's opposite. You know, that's
That is
opposite how
opposite.
you know, how we grew up. You know.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can't pass, so I'm gonna go promote myself to go hit. You know, it's like, what?
Oh, that's so funny.
Something's wrong with that.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense.
Do you guys have like players that you guys mirrored when you guys came up?
You go ahead.
For me, it's pretty much anybody that's better than me. You know, that I think that they're better than me. One of the guys, like for example, when I met Charlie from California, you know, he has that 360 swing.
Yeah,
I tried it.
My shoulder.
I'm like, whoa, 360, huh? You know? So I gave it a try, you know, it was like, oh yeah, it does work too. but pretty much I copy everybody that you know, that is and you know, that is good, you know, that has a name, has a reputation, that is on a really good, decent team. Because you want to be like them, you know. So and you know, I try all kind of serves, all kind of spikes, everything, you know, just because you want to be better. You want to be better, so that's what you do. And being you should follow them on. So you copy the elders.
Right.
They had more experience than you. So I copy a lot of people. So,
who was that?
Go ahead.
Go, Will.
Well, one of the things that I noticed about you, Eddie, is that like you are a very nice guy off the court, but once you're in the court, man, you're like an animal, dude. How do you switch on and off like that, man? Like you just like what are you saying in your head, man? Because when you are a competitor, man, you are like on it, man. How do you go? How do you go back and forth like that?
Just I should.
That's it, right? Just I should, right?
Right? You're in the park, you're not sure.
No, that's true, man. Yeah.
You don't want to go out and count when you're in the park.
Right.
So you got to go all out on the park. You know, and then the tournament, you know, you want to win that first place. You know, you want to be able to be the last team standing. You know, so it's all business when you're in the court. So and you know, people tell me that too. So I kind of like follow that model too. You know. That when you're in the court, there's no friendship, you know. But we all the court, you can all be friends. So
I would say you are one of the more intense players.
I don't know about that, but I just, like I said, I just want to win.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
if I'm playing with someone, I would want my teammate to have that intensity, to be serious, and to not want to lose, kind of like what you were alluding to. So
Right.
So Kyle, I didn't catch on to the women's volleyball game until I started dating my wife, and then like, because my wife was still playing, and then Kane was still playing, and then when my wife stopped, then Kane kept on playing, and then we basically took her to every tournament. So that's when I kept on like keeping up with women's volleyball. But when you were coming up, who was that player that you mirrored, or that badass player that you looked up to?
I was still young, so at that time, I would have to say, I'm very lucky to, I would say in my era, to get a watch. Well, actually, I would say maybe 3 generations. So the very first person I would have to say is Kha from Pounders. I was young, and they always, everywhere we went, and that time I played with High Five, and everywhere we went, it was like, we got to check out Pounders. They're so good. And, and everything. So they were one of the top dogs, at first, when we first started and everything.
Where are they from?
So,
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. They're more like, I think, family, most of them, but Kha was like an all-around player, so she was really good. Yeah.
Can I ask you guys something like off the cuff? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I really respect both of you guys' relationship, because husband and wife tandem, to make it work like that, you don't see that a lot. Like a husband and wife, they're both into the volleyball scene. They both support each other. Tell me, what's the secret? How did you guys manage that? And just for the other folks, young folks looking at home, and give some tips and pointers on how you guys been able to manage that.
Yeah, Kyle, how do you carry Eddie all the time?
I know, right?
I mean, that's heavy weight right there.
You'll have to ask him. I know that he knows volleyball is my passion and stuff, but he'll have to answer that. I am very lucky, that I married a husband that, and all that stuff. I know a lot of girls that are married, and they have so much potential. I won't name names, but they come out and play, and then they get married, and then they can't play anymore, and stuff.
Especially within our like the Hmong community, that happens a lot. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's true.
I just think we both love the game very much. With a dying passion. It was. I mean, we went to almost every tournament every summer.
Back then, it was every weekend almost.
For like 10 years straight.
Yeah.
So it was our passion, and we both had the same goal. We always want to win first, and so we teach each other. She teach me, I teach her. We always talk about things after practice, stuff like that. Just to motivate each other, keep us going. So, but we were lucky. We got the same comments. Had a lot of things in commons.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
got lucky there. So
well, the relationship is really much respected, because you guys have been through it all, and you guys been together, just going through the volleyball journey together. Do you guys mind if I ask, what tournament did you guys meet? What tournament did you guys see each other?
Actually, there was no tournament.
Oh, okay. Because
I think
you could tell in the tournament when you noticed me, I guess.
I was so young. Back in the days, I think it was Labor Day, right?
Labor Day.
They played it. I was still so young, and it was at Colburn Park.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. That's way back then. I was so young. Yeah, and I saw him playing with her. What is it?
Mount High.
Mount High.
Oh,
they have purple jersey, and
I
just watched quick, and we just went and did our thing, like me and my friends, but we didn't stay long.
Okay.
Because my parents were really strict. So yeah. But,
so did you know him back then, or was it just
no?
Okay.
No.
Okay. It just happened then.
You probably noticed him because he was sitting on the bench. You're like, oh man, why is that loser sitting on the bench?
Yep.
It was the purple jersey.
For sure. Yeah. Hey, that's a good one.
How come he stopped playing?
Yeah, how come he's not playing?
Oh,
Oh,
that's too funny.
so what was your guys' motivation? Like, you know, a lot of kids nowadays, I say this a lot because a lot of kids, like, I see a lot of talent,
Yes.
but a lot of kids just play because they know how to play. You know what I mean? You have to play, like I tell them, you have to play because you want to be the best and you want to beat the best. You know what I mean? So what was your guys' motivation?
That was it, man. To be the best. You know, I mean, and you know, just spectators, they motivate me. You know, because I love having all the crowds cheer for you. You know, especially when you're playing the final, and there's just tons and tons of people watching players that did not make it, and you got elders too back in the days that watched the finals, and back then, you know, chicks, digs, athletes too back then. So that was fun.
And bench players.
Yeah,
no, it's true. It's true.
You know, you're talking about the, you know, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
We're all into athletes, so you know that's one reason that you want to be good.
Short shorts and athlete, short shorts and athletic,
Exactly. You know,
Kha, what would you say was your motivation?
Oh boy, it's just to take first and play hard, you know, for my team. Yeah. Because you know everybody have, you know, a life, and we're all so busy, and when we go and play and practice, it's like, you know it's a lot of time away from your family, you know, and that's what I always say to my teammates, you know, when we come to practice, you know, just don't joke around, fool around, you know, and stuff, because we have a family, we have jobs, we have school, you know, and stuff. So, you know, a lot of times I would have to say, out of my 4 teams I play with Chaos, I mean, we train really hard. And, you know, when we come practice, it's practice. It's not fooling around. It's not drinking beer or anything like that. You know, it's just, it's hardcore training. Yeah.
So I go ahead, Will.
I mean, that's totally true, because you're taking a lot of time away from your kids where you could spend that quality time with them. And for anybody on the team to take it for granted at any point, it is kind of doing you a disservice to your family as well too. So
exactly.
I remember, and I tell Eddie this story all the time. I remember playing at I think it must have been the first tournament that I played with him, but I remember I was kind of like high on myself, and I was just playing jokingly, and I was hitting and I was laughing and whatever. And I think Eddie was playing back row for us. Either he was playing back row for us or he was just back row. When I turned around, I must have hit one out and I started laughing or whatever. I turned around and he was just dead serious. You know, his face was just dead serious. And that like made an impression on me. You know what I mean? And that's the quality that I noticed in both of you guys. Especially, both of you guys, because right when I started watching women's volleyball, that's what I noticed about Kha too, because your guys' confidence, no matter where you are on the court, you guys are so confident and so like zoned in. How if a kid came up to you guys and asked you guys like how do you build on that? What would you say? Kha, what would you say?
Boy, you know, I think everybody that I play with, I think they know how I play. And you know, the thing about volleyball is I know a lot of people play for fun, but I think a lot of people who play with me, they know I'm serious, and I never give up. I always tell my team, don't ever give up. Even game point, don't give up, because you know, we play so hard, and you're just gonna fool around, you know, like you know, if we're scoring high and the other team has like low points and stuff, you know, when I see my teammates start fooling around, you know, I do get kind of upset, because I'm like, you know, why fool around when we can just play hard and finish it? Because you know, then comes third game or second game, I mean, third game and everything. And then, you know, I've seen with my teammates where they get all mad at the end and then we lose. And then it's like, who else are you supposed to blame, you know?
Yeah.
Momentum change.
Yeah, momentum.
Yeah.
Momentum
Exactly.
change.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I've seen that many times.
Yeah.
You know,
how would you
well, can I just compliment Eddie real quick, Peng, man? I'm glad that Eddie kind of set that tone for you, man. I think kind of made you a better player too, man.
Yeah.
Just looking at Eddie and him just setting that tone right off the bat, you know. Something I noticed about Eddie over the years is that I think Eddie is highly underrated. I think solid. Eddie, I think you're solid, dude. Like fundamentally, dude, no one can mess with all that, man. Like you could bump, pass, set, do it all on the court. Like every time you touch the ball, something good's gonna happen. So just for you to set that tone for a young player like Peng, I wish some of our veteran would do that more to some of our younger players.
Yes.
Put them in their place. You know,
Yes.
so just a compliment.
Well, thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
When he was in
Can you
his
speak
prime.
Eddie, can you speak a little bit on that? Is that just something that you're built with, or is that something you can build on, or what?
It's kind of what I tell my kids every day. You know, don't be a follower, be a leader.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're gonna be a goof off, who's gonna want to follow you? You know, you just play it around. Who's going to follow you? You know, you gotta be that leader and try, because you're not gonna know unless you try. So always try to be the leader. Always try to back up your friends, your you know, your teammates or whatever situation you're in. You know, so I don't know. That's just my mentality ever since I started playing sports. You know, I hate losing. I always want to win. So when I'm in the zone, I'm always in the zone. I'm always on business, nothing else. And you know, I might have stepped on a couple of toes, but I'm so sorry for that. But, you know, that's just how I was.
Well, now people understand.
Yeah,
how intense you were.
Right.
No,
I invest a lot of time in volleyball. I do weight training. I do running. I pretty much anything you can think of, I did it. You know, run up the hills, steps. Just anything you can think of, I pretty much did it.
Ran across town.
You know, so that's why I'm. You know, I can't let all that go to waste.
Right.
I have to be able to perform on the court. Otherwise, all that was for nothing. And that's the way I look at it. So, so that's just me.
No, I speak on that experience all the time because that really kind of switched my mentality. You know what I mean? Like. And I think we were kind of winning in that game too, but I turned around and dude, it's dead serious, bro. It's dead serious, bro.
He thought it was our dad, bro.
I was like, damn, bro. I'm like, dang, my bad, bro.
We're winning. Come on.
Dang. He's dead serious. Because I and then I also recall, you know, back then when I was watching my brother and them play.
Yeah.
And Fly. When they were playing against like Fly and those guys, I remember Fly for some reason because he never let them off the hook.
Right.
Because Fly was like, he was like one of the top players when Will and them were still playing.
Yes.
And he just did not let Will and them off the hook. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I stress. It's like, you know, it's just not your experience. It's the other guy's experience too. You got to give them everything you got so they know like how to approach the game, you know, like what level you need to break through, you know what I mean? So I do remember Fly just giving them the business, you know, because they were rookies, you know what I mean?
But he don't care.
He don't care. He just hitting it straight down and everything. No.
That's good insight.
I truly appreciate, you know, that experience, you know, and
much respect.
I see
highly underrated. Just that stare and letting these young folks know that, hey man, we're not here to mess around. I got kids at home. I could be spending time with my kids. So I'm out here spending time with you. So stop messing around. So
and that's
thank you, man.
That's a trait that I see among like both you guys. You know what I mean? Like and I nothing but respect for that.
Thank you.
Can you guys talk about just those rivalries, those battles at the park? I know you guys had some.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, LIs, NWO, you know, even cool, and your Uncle Gur and them
Yeah,
at times at Clay Park, at Earth Park, you know.
Yeah.
It was just, you know, like I said, you don't want to lose and go out and count, you know, wait, especially when there's like 3-4 teams in line waiting, you know.
Yeah.
So we, you know, we always try our best, but you know, sometimes you always come up short, but it's all good at the end of the day. But yeah, a lot of rivalries at the park. I mean,
I think those are some of the best battles at the park.
Right.
Play. Whoever loses last, throw one net, fucking like net away and everything. Loser, take down net.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And those nets back there were complicated too.
Yeah.
It's
made out of pipe.
when, the mosquitoes are out.
Yeah, and the mosquitoes are out. You're like, oh my goodness.
Right? You're like, I don't want to get on the net, man.
Yeah.
Mosquito.
Yeah. Those are the days.
For sure. Oh, I forgot about that one.
How about you guys, Kha? Did you guys have a lot of battles?
Boy, I wouldn't say battle. I mean, we had a good number of girls that come out, so you know, I agree with my husband, you know, like, you know, you want to play to win, or else you have to sit out and count,
right?
Yeah.
Or else we have to go run around the park.
Oh yeah.
That was our training. Yeah. So if we lose, we gotta go run, you know. So yeah, we do, you know, practice and stuff, and yeah, you just want to win. Yeah.
How was your I know you guys won J4, but what years did you guys win, Kha?
Let's see. I know J4. I know the first 2 years we won, I played. So it was 2003, and then 2004, and then 2005. I didn't play. You know, and the team did go back up. But my first year, 2003. Pretty much how we formed our Chaos team was mainly me, my sister, you know, we are from Green Bay, and, you know, finding players was really hard. And I knew the first time I saw my Hmong, I think I saw her at Trinity Park, you know, I mean, Trinity School. It's a school that we just go and play ball. And I told my sister, I'm like, hey, check out that girl, you know, she's so powerful. You know, and everything, but she's young, you know, so we didn't have, you know, a lot of players in mind, because a lot of teams, I mean, they already have players and teams and everything. So, you know, we were checking her out, and then.
Did you guys know who she was, or who her dad was back then, or?
No, we didn't. It was just all the new girls coming out. So I think we waited for a while. That year, my sister she didn't really play, but I actually played with Super Girls. And then my Hyo went to Madison. I saw her play. And then we kind of formed the team like after Super Girls, which is Chaos. So with Chaos, it was my Hyo from here, and then Trish from Appleton. And then we have May from Wausau, and then my from Minnesota, who's wife and everything. So that first year, when we went up, my Hyun was the youngest. I call her the baby because she was the youngest. All of us were a lot older and everything. So we knew she was, you know, just her first year, everything. We knew she was going to be scared and everything, you know, but we made it through. But I would have to say our most intense game for that year would have been playing against the Wisconsin team. Yeah, which is cool. Sai and then Sunny, goalie. Yeah, they formed that team. Yeah, it was so intense because we played semi. And
that was in the semis to go to
semi.
First. Okay.
So,
Well, how was the battle like? Was it back and forth, or nothing your shoe?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We went to third game, and you know what the third game was? We had probably 3. The other team had like 11.
Oh.
Yeah, they had so much confidence, which is, you know, they're great players, you know, but they, you know, they were playing.
Pain.
No, they were, you know what? They played really well, and our team just died I mean, we just couldn't do anything. And then I think I called timeout, and I pretty much, we all gathered and talked, and all I said to them was, you know, do or die. You know, we play so hard, we cannot let the ball drop. And everything I said to the 5 of us, besides my sister, I'm like, we cannot let the ball drop. If my sister sets bad, you know, game home son, let them make the mistake. And all of a sudden it was 13 up. It was 13 up, and you know what? And then we went to game point, and then Cool from MDY, to this day I still thank him, but he told us to call timeout. He came in, we all gather. I don't even know if you were there. I know he was, but Cool said to us at that time, our main hitter was May, you know, and then my film. So his strategy for us was, do not let May block, just let us play defense. Whatever they do, pick up the ball, and then, you know, and then let my sister set and let me slam the ball down. And that's what we did, and we won.
Oh, wow.
So it was a big accomplishment. Yeah.
You guys went on like a 10-point
Eddie actually, he told me this one time. Eddie said he told Koo, and then Koo told you guys. So
Eddie got out his flip phone. That was back in the days. He got out his flip phone, texted Koo and everything.
I know. He stole my play.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, what a comeback! That must have been like one that you will never forget, to come back from that deficit.
Yes.
I think I'm going to put it on that some of the girls are probably like, "Do bullshit." And I'm like, "Oh man, like we're done. Fine."
Yeah.
It was a good run.
I look at their face, and they were all like dead. It's like, come on, put some smile in there. We can do it. You know, it's not over yet. You know,
Now,
and then
I'm sorry. Was that team much better than you guys, or were you guys just like shocked? Like what was going on throughout the game?
I think I mean, they're very good too, because I know all their players, but
you guys are just familiar.
Yeah, we are familiar with them. But then the thing is, the 4 of us practiced so hard that year. Me, Trish, Yer, and my Hyung, we practiced every day. And our coach is this guy, so it was hardcore training, you know. We would not let the ball drop. If we can't pass to my sister during training, we had to run, we had to do push-up, everything. We ran so much. So you know, I'm like, we trained so hard, we got to do it, you know. So yeah. Wow. So it was a really good game. Yeah.
Jerk. Told you guys, he's a jerk.
I know.
Yeah. Especially coming coaching. I'm not lying.
Eddie, did you have a first J4 experience?
Oh my God, so many, bro. I mean, you know, one year we play, I guess, all the newcomers, and that's what I like about volleyball. Is I also want to play different team. I hate playing the same team, you know. You want to play different team and just see where you stand, you know.
Right.
So one year we played a team from Canada. I mean, of all the team, a team from Canada came down, you know. And then one year we played MVP from California. I mean, we played some of the best team. And then France, we played France one year. And then one summer, I took off from work. I didn't work at all, so I trained all summer long to go play for July 4th. And the first match, this first set, I went on the block. I went to block the guy, and he dinked on me, and I double pump, and I sprained my ankle.
Oh, shoot. That was it?
That was it.
Oh, my goodness.
That was it. I was done for that whole tournament, and I trained all summer long. I didn't work at all. And that was it. I double pumped my feet because I was falling down, and that's how he dinked on me. And I pumped back to go up, and I sprained my ankle right there.
Oh,
and then I was done.
Did you step on someone, or you just landed awkwardly?
Nope. I was falling down. I just tried to pump up again. Try to go back up again. So I kicked back down, and I sprained my right ankle.
He's kicking right now.
Well, I am.
Don't sprain your ankle, bro.
I sprained my ankle, and then that was it.
Man.
So the whole day Saturday, I sat around, and then Sunday I stayed at the hotel.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would too. I would be depressed. I was like, I'm not gonna go one play.
Right?
And I'm not trying to go down that big old hill with a sprained ankle.
I know. Exactly.
So,
But it was the home race of the whole summer.
oh man.
Who'd you guys go up with?
I don't remember that team. It was the very first match on a Saturday morning, and I don't remember the team who played. But like I said,
For your team, who'd you guys? Who's all on your team?
It was Hurricane. So you got me, Jatu. I think Joe and Steve was playing too at that time. I'm not sure. I think we had Vinny, my brother Vinny.
Yeah.
And then
Vinny was a badass back then.
Yeah. Major defense, dude.
Yeah. Great defense.
Yeah. And then we had Tuber and the 2E, I think, so we had back then.
Tuber was a badass too.
He was badass when he first came out, dude. Major hot.
Yeah, major.
Because I remember that tournament when I look back and you were just dead serious. I remember Vinny was playing with us too. It was raining and everything. Dude had his shirt off and he had like cigarette, everything. I was like, man, this dude was like just balling, bro.
That was the best time of his life.
Cigarette in his mouth, just digging everything up. I'm like, man, this dude was a baller, man.
He was. He made everybody laugh for that too. So.
I remember.
Love that dude.
What was the furthest you guys ever made it?
I really can't say for sure. You know, it's kind of like blurry because you know it's been so long and we played so many tournaments.
Yeah.
But
how about the other July 4th?
But one year they decided to do 2 tournaments July 4th. I don't know if you recall that or not.
The one in Green Bay.
No, both in Minnesota.
Both in Minnesota,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we decided to go to the other one instead of the regular one. And I think there's like 8 to 10 teams. And Tuber was supposed to play with us. He registered for us because he was already in Minnesota because his wife is from Minnesota.
Yeah.
So he went there Friday, and then we came up with 5 guys. It was me, Joe, Steve, Jatu, and Vinny. We played 5 all day. We get to the final, Tuber shows up like 5 in the afternoon. And then, I know. We're like, oh my God, where have you been all day? But we ended up taking first.
Yeah.
It was a one-day tournament because you know there's not a lot of teams.
Right.
So
you guys play
first. We played against this old team called Lao Family. You guys might remember them if you guys played back in the early '80s because they came. They were like one of the best teams back then. Lao Family. They're all big blog or whatever. Yeah, I recognize them, and you know we after we played them, we all had a nice chat and talk, and they're really nice guys and really good guys. So, but yeah, we got Tuber came in and he helped us out at the end. We won first, so that was probably the best July 4th for me was that tournament. So so
that's dope. Man, you guys play so long and you guys are still kind of lingering.
Yeah.
What would you say like is your most memorable Hmong volleyball win of all time?
For me, that would be the one.
That one right there?
Yeah, for me, that would be the one. Yes. July 4th one. But it was not the regular July 4th, but, you know, still, a win is a win. So,
you know, when you're a competitor, you play, if you win together as a team, it don't matter. Like,
it don't matter.
It's a family picnic, and I'm like, we win. You know what I mean?
It's worse. It's worse. It's worse if you lose. You know what I mean? If you lose, it's like, man, why didn't you win?
Exactly.
If you win, it's like, oh yeah, you guys won, but still, you still got to go out there and win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's true.
Kha, how about you?
Oh, it'll be our first year with Chaos 2003 for that July 4th win. Yeah. It's such a, I think you have to experience the feeling and everything.
Yeah.
It's just an like amazing feeling, like just to win. Because that's, I mean, I think as a volleyball player, I don't know about men, but I'm sure men too, but women, like that was one of my, I mean, that's my number one goal, to go up there and take first. And, you know, I've gone up there probably several times with other teams, but we never took it. We always went far, but never to the top, because I think one of our biggest thing was, you know, we don't live together. It was hard to practice. And you have to have that chemistry and everything up there.
That's one of the things my show shared, that you guys are all like isolated and lived in different areas, and you guys kind of trained individually and they came together and did your thing. That's a lot of respect. That's a lot of dedication.
Right.
So, Kha, at that time, when you guys were dominating as Chaos, did you guys know you guys would like kind of propel the women's game, or were you guys just out there just doing your best?
We were just out there doing our best. I think I can honestly say that everybody, except maybe my sister, because I always force her to play, because it's hard to find a setter. So I'm always like, can you just set one more year, you know? And I always make her play with us. And I think it's so hard to find a setter and someone. The best thing about my sister is that she gives everybody a chance on the team. No matter if, you know, she still gives you a chance. Because, you know, in volleyball, you need to keep everybody involved. You know, you can't just let one person, you know, play defense, one person just hit and get out, you know, and stuff like that. For me, as a volleyball player, just going through everything, you just need to let that person play throughout so that they're hot. So, well,
it's good that you drag your sister along all the time. Once you find a good setter, you don't want to let it go. Ask Peng, man. Peng follow Joe everywhere, man.
I know.
Exactly.
Joe's good.
For real.
Yeah, once you find a setter, you're like, man, I wherever he goes, where I go. So,
the chemistry is there.
I'm basically nothing without Joel. If I didn't have Joel, I'd just be like another like. I wouldn't be playing volleyball. hey, Eddie, can you speak about, you know, having younger brothers that follow you around and want to play? Like what, you know, like, was there pressure on you to kind of like be certain, like a certain type, or hold a certain type of standard, or anything like that? Can you speak?
For sure. I knew that Joe and Steve wanted to play as I grew up. And I always try to put myself at a higher standard, so if they could see that, I want to try to be like him, you know. And when they finally reached that age, and when I was trying to teach them the sport, I constantly pushed them, constantly, all the time, you know. And if I had to put them down, I'll put them down too. You know what I'm saying? So
mentally, physically, right?
Yeah.
When they're young, you got to break them in, man.
That's your job, man. That's your job.
I know. They want to get up out of bed. I just pull them out of bed. They go run with me, you know? Once you go play ball, I pull them out of bed and go play ball with me at the park at Irving, you know? You don't live 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
But, it was hard. I mean, you know, it wasn't easy, you know? And, but I'm glad that they appreciate that, and I hope they know that I care about them, and I wanted the best for them. So, but it was tough. It was tough. And same thing with my older brother. I'm sure he wanted the rest of us to be just like him too, you know. So he pushed us too. So yeah. And
I think they got a lot to look up to. I think you set the standard really high. Just when Joel congratulated or like gave you a lot of props for it, man, I was like, yeah, man, you know, those older brothers, man, they really get at their younger brothers. As long as they grow to appreciate it, I think like, some get mad and be like, man, get this guy. But he grew up like, man, I realized, like, man, what he meant to do was like trying to help. So,
y'all don't forget too, Long was a badass player too, man.
He was.
I remember when I came up here, I was like, who's this skinny dude right here? Man, he's crushing everybody. I was like, hey, what the hell? This dude,
no muscle, no nothing.
This your dad? Like, whose dad is this? He's killing everybody.
Exactly. For real, dude.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we'll move on to some quick hitters. We'll start with Kha. Can you name 5 players or teams that you hated to play against?
I can't name.
5 teams, right? Or
Teams
5
or players?
Oh my
Players or
God.
teams? It's up to you.
Boy.
At least one.
Well, what was that?
At least one.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
I
like
would
gave you
have
guys the most, trouble.
challenge.
Yeah.
I would have to say back then it was SmackDown. Yeah. Back then it was SmackDown. But then again, they were still young, but they, I know it's a lot of nieces and everything, families, so they practice a lot and they have that chemistry. So it was mainly them. And then I know back then, like Phoenix was there too. So yeah, it was. And then, like my Hyun said, SmackDown from Wisconsin. It was Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It was always us and them at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They had a good team back then too.
yeah, they did.
But you guys were in the way all the time.
Oh no, not at all. They're good. They are.
Oh, Eddie, how about you?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go Will.
No, I was gonna ask Kha to well, I'll ask her later, but I was just gonna ask you to when you guys won the first one, how did it feel to go back and just defend the second one? Did you guys feel like you guys had a target on your back? Did you feel like everyone was looking at you guys? Did you feel like you guys got more respect? How did you guys feel when you guys came back to
because were you guys the favorites the first year you guys won?
I know the first year you kind of went. It was just kind of like a surprise. Okay, we're here.
Yeah.
We won. And the next
But
year,
now you're the favorites.
expect you guys to win. So was there a different approach?
Yeah, I mean, second year we knew that we had to train hard and go back and do repeat, and everything. But I know we slacked off. We didn't train as hard as the first year. I know that for sure. But we had that team chemistry. And honestly, my sister is the one that pulled our team together. I think as a setter, because one time my sister was really sick and I had to go set, and it was just out of control. Because,
it's like watching a kindergarten class, like everything's everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She was so sick, and I'm like, I'll just set. At first I'm like, come in. This was Labor Day. I'm like, come in, set, and you'll be fine. But she was gonna faint, so I'm like, forget it. I'll just go set. And it was just so bad. I think we lost that game, and then my sister came back and set. But yeah, as a setter, you're like the main player. So yeah.
Eddie, you got 5 players or 5 teams that gave you the most trouble?
I think a lot of the top teams give us a lot of trouble. But I think the team that I would love to beat the most would probably be NWO, because they just talk way too much trash. Sometimes they go over the line. If they keep it clean, I'm cool. But sometimes they go over the line. It's just way wrong for that kind of sport. But at the end of the day, it's all good. We're all family friends, so no biggie at all. But if there's one team out that I would definitely want to be, it'll be NWO. Yeah.
Were they younger than you guys, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're younger. They're a couple years younger than us. But Tuber might be around their age, but I think I got them beat about 3 years or so. But you know how it is.
Yeah, that rivalry. Yeah.
It's probably one. They're probably one of our biggest rivalry, I would say. Yeah.
What about Eddie? How about 5 players, past or present, that you would have loved to play with that you didn't have a chance to play with at all? My
first instinct would be my other 5 brothers. Because I've always wanted to have a team with just all the brothers. But my second choice would be Appleton Lightning, because when we started making that team, my parents moved to Green Bay.
Oh,
so
okay.
I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't get.
Were you gonna be on that team?
Huh?
Were you gonna be on that team too?
I think I was. I mean, we weren't training.
You guys were all part of the crew, anyways, right?
I know. We were playing at Pierce, and we were playing together, and then right at my freshman year, my parents decided to move to Green Bay, so I left. You know, and then they made their team with Chang, you know, Gersh, Gaigi, and Tang, and Ace, and all those guys.
Yeah.
And you know, I missed out, but you know, if they would definitely be my second choice besides my brothers.
Yeah.
You know, it would be nice to play with them because I think we kind of started together, but I didn't end up with them, so it was all good. But you know, I love them.
That would have been like a good team because they're like you guys too, like Hurricane and them. You guys are kind of like local heroes, where a lot of the young kids around the area, the Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh area, they kind of look up to you guys.
Yes.
So.
Yes, I would have loved to contribute to their team, but unfortunately it didn't happen that way. But yeah.
Who else? Anybody else?
Oh, that's it. I mean, you know,
yeah.
As far as all the good players, I mean, you know, if I play on their team, I just feel like I'm the weakest link, and then I have no motivation. You know, they do all the work. I just like, okay, fine, they do all the work. I just relax.
I think Joe kind of talked about that a little bit too, where he said that he'd rather play with like a bunch of brothers than just like a bunch of like random, you know, volleyball players. So Joe kind of talked about the brotherhood.
Yeah.
Because Joe, he said, you know, he got a lot of offer from other people. He didn't mention any names, but he said, you know what, I'd rather just play with my brothers right here.
But that's where it came from, though. It came from you, Eddie. And that's what he kind of credits to. You know what I mean? The way you are. He didn't. I don't think he literally said it, but he said that, you know, the way you were was the way he kind of transitioned to be. You know what I mean?
Good.
So,
Good. Yeah. You play with, you know, who you know and who respect you, who love you, and who needs you. You know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, Joe was a good setter, and you guys needed him, and, you know, he's not going to let you guys down. He's not going to dish you guys and go with another team. So,
we were actually telling him to leave us because we sucked.
They told him to leave. They're like, Joe, you need to go, man. Joe like, no.
Like, Joe, we suck, dude.
No.
But Joe was like, nah, I'm good.
You guys were good. You guys were awesome, dude. I mean, for real. You guys had the chemistry. It was there, dude. It was there. The chemistry was there.
I was kicking Joe off the team. Joe, you off the team, bro.
No. You guys were good.
Bro.
Yeah.
Kha, how about you? 5 players, past and present, that you didn't get a chance to play with that you wish you would have had a chance to play with.
Honestly, Payne, I don't have anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would choose my Chaos team over anyone. Honestly, because
that says a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of respect for each other, and you know, it's hard, you know, and so I probably would not. Yeah.
It's that sisterhood too, going through all the battles together.
That's
something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's something else when you go through all those battles together.
Yeah.
Eddie, do you have like one match or one game you wish you had back that you could have wanted to replay it? And
oh man, there's just too many. Seriously, too many.
Hey, that's how my volleyball career was too, man.
How long do you guys have, How long do you guys have?
I have played like thousands of games. I mean, it's not a specific one at all, but you know, I can't think of one individually, but I would love to have a lot of those back though.
I think the way you play, man, in my opinion, I think the way you play, you left it all on the court, man. No regrets, dude.
I did.
Just the way you played.
I did.
You know,
and that's why I hurt so much.
You were very intense.
Oh, I get it.
I remember you diving and like everywhere. So
thank you, man. Thank you for sharing, bro. For real. Thank you.
How about you, Kha?
I will have to say, going back to High Five, we formed that team, went to J4, and we were so excited, right? That's our biggest tournament, Bin Dawa, and Bin Mohong, we had no jersey, right? We didn't know, we had no jerseys. And then Bangmon Lao soccer team, they gave us their jerseys to play for the finals. I know, it's hilarious. So we wore these men's soccer jersey, played against Pounders for first.
Yeah.
And like I said, big just bitch power.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the
Are there any pictures of that, by the way? You should post them. Oh, okay.
We do have some.
You gotta
I'll
share
have
with
to load
us.
it up.
Okay.
Yeah. But going back, you know, we play against Pounders, and they're like the top team back then, you know.
Yeah.
So we were so dumb. We went and played 3 out of 5.
Oh,
for,
really?
For J4, yes.
For first.
For first.
Jeez.
Wow.
I know. So we won the first 2 match, and then the third we lost. Fourth we lost.
Wait, was that the rules, or were that just?
No, they made it up. Yeah, well,
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, at the end.
At the final, Pounders decided to ask if they want to go 3 out of 5 instead of 2 out of 3.
What?
Yeah.
If they agreed to go with 3 out of 5.
Okay.
So we played. We said, yeah, we'll go ahead and play. So we played and we lost. So,
oh man.
Yeah, that's one game I would take it back.
That sucks.
I know. They won the first.
Because that's 2 games straight. Yeah, that's it.
Over already.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was probably only like 8th grade or 9th grade when I played.
Really?
Yeah.
She was very young at that time.
Man, she was like a phenom.
Very, very young. So
she played a lot of defense that day.
It's okay.
You need that, man. You need it.
Did not know that happened. That was a good. That's a good. Good follow-up story.
Yeah. Right.
Kha, in your opinion, what do you think is lacking in you know the game today, and what do you think is great about the game today?
I think lacking right now is more just team commitment, you know, and then like when we go to tournaments, there's a lot of teams. I mean, they jump from one to, you know, the other. It's, you know, back in the days, you know, everybody had a team. They were solid. You know, they didn't jump from one team to the other. It was, I think, you know, volleyball back then is so different from now, you know, and then like right now, like, you know, that, you know, when you train, you really need to dedicate yourself and train. But like now, I don't know. I think it's so different now. You know, we go and play and it's just play. It's not like that. I know the more you play, the better you'll get, but you need that training, you know, and stuff. Yeah. And then like now, I honestly cannot say, you know, what's better now. I think, you know, I've been playing still in some tournaments, and I think what's so hard now is, you know, I'm so happy I played in my era because, you know, Bin Dao, you know, like J4, you know, it was always like, you know, I mean, nothing about discrimination, but it was always Hmong, you know, just Asian and stuff. So, you know, now it's so hard. I mean, it's for the competition, you know, but it's hard for girls. You know, if you bring a 6-footer, you'll never beat them. You know, they're so tall. You'll never get through to them. So a lot of the young girls now, you know, I think for people who runs tournament, I think if they would do like a height limit, you know, for brackets and stuff, maybe more young girls will come out and play, you know, because they know they'll have a better chance. But, you know, a lot of teams, it's hard. And it's very challenging. Yeah,
because you think about it, any team out there is just 1 6-footer away from winning. You know what I mean? Like whether you're rookies or not, or you're veteran, you're just basically 1 6-footer away from winning. You know what I mean? So,
it's very different now, like back then. So
I see it both ways.
Do you still keep up with the game, Kha? Do you still watch? Even though I don't know if you're like retired, semi-retired, or do you still keep up with the game?
Well, you know what? We actually played Labor Day 2 years ago. And we played, and I know, I mean, we play against Pajon guys, and I mean, they're very good too, you know, but I know Bomo Automika, you know, and then, you know, our team, Bichimomika, but Bindao, it was so hard just to get through to them, you know, because they're so tall. They reach and they, you know, can hit it down on us already. But I mean, I'm happy we still fought to the end and everything. We never gave up, but it's hard. Yeah.
Eddie?
I think what's liking these days is an all-round player. I think right now there's a lot more role players, you know.
Yes.
So they do a lot of substitution in and out, defense player, offensive player.
Mhm.
Where back then, for me to have fun, I want to play every single position.
Yeah.
I want to be able to pass, serve, set. If there's a missed pass, you want to be able to set. You know, if the setter can't get to it. So I think this generation they're liking a lot of all-around players. And the good thing about today's HVB is, honestly, I really can't think of anything. I mean, I'm sorry, but I've been out of the game for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching. I have not been watching, tournaments lately.
Yeah.
I've been out. I haven't been watching for about 7 years. I haven't gone to a tournament for a long time, but I don't know what's going on out there, honestly, for you. But I know that there is a lack of a lot of all-around players, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people could play 2-on-2 like we did back then, or 3-on-3.
Yeah.
You know, back then, that's how we get our endurance.
Yes.
We play 2-on-2, we play 1-on-1, 3-on-3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember those days. You set up 1-on-1, 2-on-2 until like some of your teammates come home from work or something, and then you get like a whole team going and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
how you get good a lot faster. That's how you get your endurance. That's how you can be an all-round player, you know?
Yeah.
You got to do everything. And now I don't see them play like that anymore. So,
That's true.
you know, yeah.
Or you got guys that just promote themselves to just go hit if
I
they
know,
can't pass.
Just come in the front.
How did you get promoted? Yeah.
That's a disgrace, man. You gotta wait till a veteran call you up here. I remember those days because we used to start off playing. We always like did like all the back row and lambasana.
Yeah.
We would go in the front, but you the more you were like, man,
never, bro. First thing you start doing is come by. You come by. That's it. You do that for like 2-3 years, and then you might get in to bump 1 or 2. You know what I mean? For real.
For real, man.
All right, we're gonna do start, bench, and cut. All right, you guys know this.
Hot seat.
You get to start one, you get to bench one, and then you get to cut one. Okay.
All right, I'll go first. I go to the bathroom.
You go first.
Okay. We'll do Kha first. Okay, since Kha, since you were stressing about how important the setters are, we're gonna give you 3 setters. Okay. Other than your sister, obviously.
Okay.
So we're gonna go New from SmackDown, right? Instead of from SmackDown, we're gonna go Jua from Infamous, and then Kha.
Wow, those are all hard.
Yeah, those are all great setters. Great setters.
They are. Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
You are the coach.
You're the coach.
Oh
who are you gonna start? Who are you gonna bench? And then you gotta cut one off the team.
Boy, that's honestly, it's so hard because I play with Kha and I play with New. I mean, on the teams, I know Joe, we played in tournaments before, but she was never a setter, and I know she had to be a setter, and everything. But oh boy, I'll say they're all good, but the first one I probably will just bench right now because we're talking maybe like right now, right? Currently?
Just at their primes, I guess.
Whenever,
at their primes.
Yeah.
Wow, at their primes.
Yeah. So who you cutting? Who's
oh
off
my
the team?
gosh. How about no one?
Yeah, come on.
You can't be a coach.
This is no disrespect. This is no disrespect.
Okay.
The difficult thing about this, and the difficult and fun thing is there's no wrong answers.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
No
They're
wrong
all
answers.
great players.
Yeah.
Right.
They are all great players.
Just play along.
Oh my.
The whole point of the question. Play
Well, I just don't know, honestly. But if I have to play along, I will probably first, just because I know how well Jo is, and but I've never really played with her as a as a team for like for her setting. I'll probably bench her first.
Okay.
You bench or cut?
Oh, cut.
Okay.
Right, cut.
She's off the team.
Cut.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
you gotta
off
start.
the team.
Either.
Or who? Yeah, you cut
Yeah.
Jo.
Yeah, Jo cut off the team. And then bench. Oh boy, who should I pick? Do I pick my original
Your
setter?
choice.
No.
Yeah.
I'll probably, and if we're doing from prime, then I'll probably bench new and then have my original setter. Because
Cool.
Who was my original setter, and if I would have to say for prime, oops.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
No,
Yeah,
you're okay.
so if she's playing at her prime, and everything, she was really good back then. Yeah.
She's very underrated.
Because you know what? She was the first, I think the first one that finger set.
Yeah.
She's one of the original.
I remember she played, I don't forget if she played for Infamous. But even with rivals, I thought they had a chance.
I know they were really good too.
Yeah, because of her. She was really, she knew who to give it to, the hot person, and she always, for some reason she was always getting her hands under it, She had like the most confidence in her hands.
But I think she was the best when she played with high five. I have to say that. Because we were all so she was the best when she played with high five, because her fingers were there and she ran. I mean, she ran everywhere. So I would have to say when she was the best setter for high five. Prime, she could run, she could, just get her sets up for her hitter.
Eddie, ready?
Yes, sir.
Go.
All right. So we got start, bench, or cut. We got Kushong. Then we got Tuber, and then we got Gramps, Pau.
Okay, Pau.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. Just make it tough. I love all three of them.
Yeah.
Great players, man. Yeah.
Right. Wow, all at their prime. I mean, they're all good volleyball players.
Yeah.
But I have to start with my man, Tuber. He has to be a starter.
Starting.
I will have to bench Koo. I love Koo too.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man, Koo got a lot of power though. I mean, for real. And so does Pau. But I will have to start. I will bench Koo and then bench Pau.
Okay.
But I love all three of them and respect to all three of them. But it's just a game though.
You're cutting. Okay. So start Tuber, bench Koo, and then you're cutting Pau, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All great players.
Yeah. You can't go
so
wrong.
I'm assuming Pau's gonna cut me too once you interview him. Do me a favor. Don't throw me in there when you ask him that question. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's all good.
This has been good. It's been great. You sitting down with you guys. We're winding down here. Let's start Eddie with you. How has playing in Hmong Volleyball helped you in your personal life?
Man, just try to, don't ever give up. Volleyball is tough, and no matter how far down you are on the points, you gotta keep playing to the end. So I tell my kids, you gotta aim very high. You gotta aim to be as perfect as you can, and if you can't reach perfect, at least you're close to it. So that helped me, and it also helped. With my relationship with my wife too, because we got same interests, we both love volleyball and we got a lot of knowledge about volleyball. So it keeps us, conversations going pretty good, and things like that. So, So.
Kha, same question.
Can you say that? Can you repeat it again? I was gonna say same
how
answer.
has playing? So your success in Hmong Volleyball, how has that helped you outside of Hmong Volleyball in your personal life?
You know, and I do agree with him. You know,
Yeah.
somehow we always think alike, honestly, for volleyball. We do.
But there's one thing I forgot to mention, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
that is all the friends and players that I know.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
that is so awesome to know so many competitors, so many players, so many friends throughout the years. I mean, 20 plus years for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, the Chipokula, just let them know that I know them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
I
the
know
community.
face,
Yeah.
I know their
Yeah.
name. Yeah,
Yeah.
just the community,
Yeah.
the volleyball
Yeah.
community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great thing you guys are doing this, you
Yeah.
know,
No,
just
thank you.
for us to relive our memories and
Yeah.
our,
Yeah.
our
Yes.
experience.
It-
It's awesome, guys. You guys are doing a great job, man. Keep
This
it
is
up.
this
Thank
is
you.
this is more for you guys, so you guys can be immortal. You know what I mean? And that's what we want. That's what we want. You know what I mean? We
Well,
want you
thank
guys
bro.
to keep living on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And just to continue, I mean,
Yeah.
just meeting amazing people.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't know what to do without volleyball, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I met so many amazing and just talented people, including women and men, you know,
Yeah.
and they have so much to put on the tables. Some of them are so young,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, they need to believe in themselves and never give up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the young girls right now, they don't have that confidence in themselves, you know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's one thing I say. You know, it's like you guys are like part of, you know, like the first generation of just volleyball players.
Yeah, man.
You open the
guys are-
doors.
Yeah, you guys basically came off of nothing.
That generation. Yeah.
Because this generation nowadays, like they got YouTube, they got, you know, club volleyball, and they got all this stuff, you know, all these resources.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard when you come up here and you're, you know, first generation in America, and it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
okay, we're just gonna go out there and just do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, the best that we can, and then become
Yes.
legends.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But we have to advance. You know, that's the sole purpose of this is to make them realize that
Mhm.
if you guys could do it from nothing, and
Yes.
you have all these
Exactly.
resources now,
Right.
you got to be able to
Yes.
excel. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
the
that's why
passion,
your
yeah.
guys' story is important to everything. You know what I mean?
And I love the
Awesome.
fact that you guys are husband and wife duo doing it, supporting
Yeah.
each other too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that give a lot of
Yeah.
pointers to like all the husband and wife who
Thank
are
you.
out there
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank
stick
you.
together, have the same goal, and
Yes.
you know you guys will go far. Because
Yeah.
obviously, you know, you guys
Yeah.
are a role model outside
Yeah.
the court as well. So
Thank you,
Yeah.
man. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Will.
Yeah. Well, so there you guys have it. A legend and her husband. You know, it's just
No.
no.
a legend, you know,
Not
and her husband giving us their stories. I'm just
No.
kidding.
But man, dude,
No,
much
two
respect
legends.
to both of
Yeah,
you.
two legends
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate
of the
both
sport.
you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you so much for your time.
And we won't have to cry.